somehow I have the feeling that today I need this. And yes, this is 3 of these. But I have the feeling that I should eat one of these immediately so that everything can perhaps work what I want to do here today. Yeah. Hi there, this is Luise Heinze, again in a really weird surrounding, even if you said that you don't think that it is weird, that it is completely normal what I'm doing here, that is really calming somehow. But do you know what? I have such a big problem. This is my construction site / move journal. I made this and dedicated to my move back to Germany. If you have missed the other videos, you can find a playlist linked down below this video where you can see, yeah, I think nearly everything I have done to come to this stage of this journal. I have filmed nearly my whole process so that you can follow also those steps I have done there to make yourself something similar like this is. Perhaps you have also some junk, because this is made from real construction junk. Nearly no other paper except some printables I have used here from my shop. But this is really something unusual for me to do, because normally I don't use so extreme junk, yeah, because look what I have here. Junk, which is paper. Of course, I use that on a regular basis. But here are some things that are really difficult to handle and to include in a journal, especially when you are in the situation of a renovation and a move. I'm still not in my craft room, in my new craft room. What you can see here is only my glass mat on a table, which is somewhere else. And I'm still working from my boxes. So everything is still in my boxes. I have a few things here on a relatively small table, which I need on a daily basis. But if I need special things, I have to stand up, go to a box and first search for the box where it's in or where it could be in, and then take it out. That is really nerve-wracking. But I have so much fun making this journal, especially because I have a really special feeling that you are with me here making this. And that is, of course, because of your reactions and because of you, and that you are existing, and that makes me so happy, and it's so much fun to work in here. But, and that is why I need this, I thought about what do I want to do next with this journal, and what do I want to show you. And then I thought, in the beginning, I had talked about the decoration for this cover in the video where I made this cover from a really old paper bag. This is from the 1930s. There's a video about that as well. I think I said that a second ago. I'm sorry. But there I said I want to decorate the cover further. I mean, I have some fabric here. This is also part of the construction of the cover. But I said in that video that I want to put something on here. For example, some rusty nails or some of these cables I have also used for some mark making and stamping and so on. And now when I see this cover, I have the feeling that I nearly want to leave it like it is. There are some exceptions. I will show you that in a second, because something happened while I was thinking about this. And while I was thinking about it, I thought, let's not make so much on here, because I thought the journal, I mean, if I press to this here, I can feel that I can't press it so much anymore. So meaning in the middle here, there's not so much room left for gluing things, but I'm not finished with the pages. When I press here, I can see I have a lot of room on the edges of the pages. I have a lot of space on the, perhaps. I have a lot of space on the edges and the corners of the pages so that I can probably add some banners or clusters to these areas here. Yeah, so there is a little space because I can see that I can press it down here. But in the middle here, there's a ton of stuff already. And I thought if I want to add more to my journal and this gets like a little curve here, then it could be a problem when I have stiff, for example, metal on here, when the cover moves like this. Let me quickly take something really fat to demonstrate that. I have a book here. Let's say the journal would grow this much, then it can happen that the cover goes like so, and that I even need a closure here, and then the cover would make this curve, and if I have metal on here, that would be not nice anymore, and it would probably be a problem to close the journal with some kind of a closure. So I want to avoid that, and I really like how this cover looks. So I decided that I want to add only a few tiny things. Perhaps this is a metal piece I also found on the construction site, and I thought if I attach this here, for example, then it should be no problem with this thing here, even if there's a closure or if here is more, then that is not a problem, I think. But it's a tiny piece and not the whole cover covered with metal or plastic or other stiff materials. And then I thought, what could I do to my cover instead of putting my pieces here, which I obviously want to use somehow? What could I do with those if I don't want to attach them to the cover and gluing them down here? So I came to the idea to make something like a tassel or a dangle or something like that. In the German junk journal community, there came a word into the terms of junk journaling, which is not existing in the German language, but which is now, somehow a junk journal word in German. And the word is Dingldangl. So that means something like a dangle. Yeah, you can hear the similar sound of this word, Dingldangl, dangle, that is somehow similar. I don't know who has come up with this word, but I find that really a nice word because it is somehow something like a mixture between a tassel and a dangle. You can hang to a Dingldangl basically what you want. Yeah, that can be fabric or like really a tassel or some cables or nails or whatever, beads, what you have. And then I thought, let's make a Dingldangl for this journal. Okay. But then when I wanted to record this video, I realized that I don't have jump rings. I don't have eyelets here where I'm now on my little, table. I don't have things to connect the Dingldangl, the single pieces of the Dingldangl. I don't have that. And I was sitting there. I had some of these. I was frustrated. And then suddenly my doorbell was ringing, and the man from DHL was standing there with a package for me. And I was like, I haven't ordered anything. I have taken the package, and I could immediately see that that is a happy mail. And that happy mail, to be honest, it brought me to tears of joy. Because in that happy mail, there was not only this absolutely wonderful card. I don't say the name of the person who has sent this to me to protect her privacy. I have missed to ask her if I can say her name, but if you see this, and I have also already written you an email, thank you so much. This was, I want to cry because it was such a cute happy mail with so many thoughts behind the single items. So amazing. And besides that, it had things in it which I can use now here today. Because look, these are only a few things from this happy mail. And when I saw these things, I was like, has she heard my struggles with not having things to make in Dingldangl? And how could that have happened? It's just crazy. Here are these little wooden thingies which already have holes where we could add, for example, some paper and make something like, a Dingldangl bead or so. Here are also some paper clips which could be helpful since I don't have jump rings or something else. So I could use this as, you know, something instead of having a jump ring. I don't know how I can say that in English, but I think you know what I mean. Here are even some of these fluffy thingies. I don't know if I will use these on my journal because, you know, they are so special. I think I have to hoard them for a while and then use them. But they also have these little holes here where we could use this stuff, and perhaps I thought we can additionally attach something here to then be able to use this hole to then attach the thing to the Dingldangl and the Dingldangl to the journal. And I just said I don't have eyelets or something, so I thought, how can I make a hole into my spine to attach the Dingldangl? I need eyelets. I don't have them. I was crying. And then I thought, I don't even have something to put through a hole, yeah, like a ring or so, or like something like this. I mean, look, what a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. This is just magic, because this is obviously meant to put through a hole, and with this ring you can attach your tassel, your dangle, or your Dingldangl. And this is just great, especially because this is so big. Yeah, because the spine of, I can't turn the journal around because I don't want you to see what I already have made here in the German video. I want you to see this later because it's a little, I would say it's a little bit genius and it looks so nice. I don't want you to see what is here because I want you to see my process, and I want you to be able to follow my thoughts, because you said that you appreciate that, and now I don't want to destroy this surprise. So this is really cool because it's so big and it's proportionally better for the width of my spine here than these smaller things. We know these in a smaller scale from Tim Holtz Ideology, for example, or I think other shops have them as well. I have seen them in a smaller scale, but this is just amazing. It's so genius. Thank you so much. This solves everything. Yeah, this, I mean, you have rescued my peep. Do you know what I mean? The thing, this part of my body which is on the back of my body, where I sit on. Do you know what I mean? She has also sent these, and when I saw these, I mean, I tried to reconstruct my thoughts from the German video now, because I have recorded that already. I mostly record my German videos first because that is easier for me with the language. So when I have done everything in German, it's easier for me to do that in English as well. You know what I mean? But in the German video, I thought we could even take one of these, and I tried to reconstruct my thoughts and take one of these bottle caps. I have collected these during the renovation time. We had this Caramals drink several times, and I have some of these. And I thought, look, this is how, I mean, this is an advertisement for Caramals, yeah, for this drink. Do I really want to have that there? That was a question in my head, but I thought this already looks so nice. And then in the German video, when I did this for the first time and discovered my pieces here, I put that here and I thought, why is this already looking so gorgeous? On this, can you see this black line behind this arrangement? I mean, arrangement, it's two pieces. It's a little bit funny because I think this looks so cool on this line. And then I thought, she has even more of these, so meaning 3. So I thought, can I perhaps do it like this? Because this is, when you put them in a row, exactly the right height to come from the top here to the bottom. It's so perfect. And then I have 2 more bottle caps. I only had 2 in the beginning, and then I had another Caramals just for the sake of having, you know, a third one, and now I can't find it. Here it is. What do you think about this? When I had this on my cover for the first time and I thought about it, I then thought, is that perhaps not so good because of what I just said? When the journal gets bigger, or let's say not bigger but thicker, and this makes a curve, is that then perhaps a problem? Because, you know, let me put the book back in here. Those pieces, those frames are made from metal, obviously, and that is really, really thick. Thick? No. I'm sorry, that is not the correct word. That is really stiff. They are not thick at all. This is really stiff. And when I do this, will I then get problems when I have attached these here? So I thought it would probably, if I want to do this, be the best way to sew them on or put brads in here. I think I even don't have brads here in my situation, but I could do that later as well. But I could also sew them. But what I'm trying to say is only attach them here where these holes are and leave these free so that it is this area, leave that free so that it is not such a problem when you know, close the journal. I don't know if that will work. I also don't know if I really want to have it here. I'm not so sure, but I will think about that. Perhaps we will do that in the next video, or perhaps I have to look to my clock. I don't know how long this video is going to become. What am I talking here? I want to show you my real process with this journal and with this series. And this is also meant a little bit like a chat, I think you say that like that in English, video series where I want to, that is really selfish, enjoy my time with this journal and my time with you. And that makes these videos really chaotic. I hope you can forgive me, but to be honest, I need time to just sit here and work in my journal and have fun with this. And from your comments, I can read that you have fun as well, and that's why I'm doing it like I do it, yeah? And with this problem, having the need of a German video and an English video, of course, I have to record one of those first. And as I said, in the most cases, it's the German video, and then it's hard for me to reproduce my process, but I will give my best to do that. So before we talk about this, and what I also got are these little guys, and they brought me to my little, I think, genius idea of solving this problem with having no eyelet, but I want to attach this, and you know, how can I do this without having an eyelet? But before I show you that, and that's what I want to do first, attach that here to the spine. Before I do that, I have to take this card and I have to put it in here because I want to have all of the mail I get during this time of my move in my journal. I already have some cards in here which I got from some of you, and that is just, it's just so amazing. Oh, I love that. But this page is too narrow. Let's see. Perhaps we can put this on a really nice background somewhere, but I need a page where not so much is going on yet. I don't want to cover up too much, so it needs to be a really big page. Or what I also could do, I have this little thing I could, but I don't want to hide it in here. No, no, no. I mean, oh, it would, oh, look, it would fit perfectly in there. Perhaps I could do it like this, and then I have a little surprise when I open that. But then the picture is also, you know, in the wrong direction. No, I don't want to hide that there. I want to see it immediately. I want to have it in the same, on the same level like the other cards. Do you know what I mean? Because the other cards you can also immediately see. That would be unfair if I would do it differently. Look here, what is here? Look. The color of him, well, this is Winnie Pooh, obviously. The other day I saw a TikTok video where a person said that Winnie Pooh is a girl. Is that correct? Can you please leave a comment and explain that to me? I always thought Winnie Pooh is a boy. But perhaps the person in the TikTok video was wrong. That would be also a great place, but I don't like it when that is in the wrong direction. So the other page there with the wallpaper would be good, but you know me, I always have to check if there is a better place. Here it also would work in this little pocket we made in another video. I really like that because obviously there's something written on the back side. I thought I would want to make a little hinge with a pocket. That would be way easier, of course, because then you can just put it in the pocket, because I wanted to be able to read this in the future. Oh, that also means, oh, Louisa, turn on your brain. That also means that we could use a background like this, for example, where we would cover up something at in this step here with the card, but we will then again see it when we lift it up. I mean, that would be good. We have yellow here and yellow here. That is a good place. Let's see. What else do we have? I need more options. I like this even better. Somehow, even if here is no yellow, but we have that yellow here on the other side, then he or she pops out even better. I think I really like this page. Do you also think that it's sometimes really worth to search for options or see which options you have and then decide where you want to put the card, for example, and take your time with searching for those options? Because sometimes there also happen really unexpected things with that. You find a page, for example, like with this wallpaper, and then you think, okay, that is a good space. Then you search for more options, and then you find an even better place, like this, for example. And then you search for more options, even if you like that better, and then you find a page where it fits even better. Because here, look, with this yellow, we have a little connection, and that looks really nice. Even with this, or especially with this negative space around here, I think I really like that. That would also be nice, but I like the other page better. Yeah, let's take this one. Sometimes I have the feeling I'm weird because I need so much time to decide for such a spot, but then when I have done it and I look at this later, or not only at this, but when I look at other things as well, then I have the feeling it has to be here exactly like it is. And it's good that I have searched for this spot for such a long time. We could, where is my sandpaper? We could perhaps sand the edges of the card a little bit, because this is pretty glossy, can you see? So ink would not dry on this surface, I guess. I mean, my experience tells me that. So perhaps we can make this a little grungier. I don't know why I haven't done that with the other cards I have already in here. Don't know. But this is what comes to my mind in this moment. That I want to ink this. And I will just take the rest of my Scorched Timber oxide ink, which is on my little tool here, to go around here. I don't want to change the card up completely, but I do this because I have this arrangement here in the background, and I don't have that on the other pages where the other cards are. That is probably the explanation for what why I haven't done this step for the other cards. I want to frame this somehow a little bit, so that it stands out more, that it's like, you know, popping out more on the page. I think that is perhaps a word. Yep, that is good. And then let's just take this. You have seen that so often in my past videos because I've just simply used it so often. It's so nice because this tape from Ideology is sticking to these really textured backgrounds really well. I'm just trying to decide if I want to have, I think I want to have one big hinge in the middle. That should work. And this tape is just amazing. It sticks to so many surfaces. Let's try to get that approximately straight. And it's also interesting how these pages are changing while I'm working in this journal. That is totally fascinating for me. Okay, so I will quickly attach a second strip in approximately the same length on the inside, so that it is really sturdy in here. And I really like that we can still see what's going on here. I could even use a piece of a little piece of paper, glue that here, and write something about this happy mail or about my conversation with this wonderful person. That is cool. Okay, so since this is here, we can talk about what to do on the spine here to Entschuldigung, that is German, excuse me please, to attach our Dingldangl later. So problem number 1 is we don't have an eyelet. Problem number 2 is I need 2 videos and I don't want to make voiceovers over these videos from this special series, because I then feel like there was a really big distance between us. So I try to do this live and as live as possible. That means if I want to make one Dingldangl for my journal, yeah, how can I split that in 2 videos? That is probably not possible, I thought. But then I came to an idea how it is possible. So I thought, and that means we will later on have 2 halves of a Dingldangl on the spine. Where is now... Am I stupid? Where is now this little thing? Have I put that back in here? I think so. So we would need something to attach this to the spine. And for that, we would need to make a hole into the spine. Then these legs would go through the hole, and I can spread them in the inside of the journal to make this work. The problem is, without an eyelet, making a hole into a paper bag is not such a good idea. So I thought, what can I do to make my hole sturdy? And then I found in the Happy Mail these little guys here. And also these, look, they have such a metal in the inside. They look so cool. This is just such a wonderful decoration for something. First I thought I can use these somehow, because I have my crocodile here, so I thought I could make a hole in here and somehow use this metal for strengthening the hole in my cover. But then I came to another idea, and that idea works with these, or with one of these. Let me see if I have more, options. Okay, I don't want to have these extreme colors. They are nice, but not for this journal, I think, because look, this matches way better, doesn't it? So I thought I can make something out of this to strengthen the hole. So let me quickly see which one I want to use. In the German video, I had nearly decided for this, for my English video. But now I'm thinking I would prefer this. So then we would need something. I mean, if I use this, then I could... Oh, holy cow, it's so hard to explain because I have already done it, and sometimes I forget what I already said and what is, like, understandable for you or what not. So, I'm sorry. So this you can take apart. Then you have this thing where the ring is on, and these legs go through the hole later, after they went through this thing. So this thing could then go on here, like so. Oh, this is a little bigger than the other one. But it works. It covers this thing covers this hole, so that I can put that on here. And since this ruffled area is a little curved, it has a little hill, it can be glued into this thing, which has this like rounding here as well. So I can then press that in here, and that makes that, on the one hand, this looks more interesting and it looks just gorgeous. When you see it in a second, you will think, oh my goodness, that is genius, hopefully. I'm so hoping that, because I like already, when I have this on my hand, I like that so much. This is so, so wonderful. But the problem is still when I make the hole through the fabric. The fabric could lose some fibers, and then the hole is perhaps not so sturdy anymore. So what I'm trying to say is I want to use the fabric to make my hole sturdier and to poke through the fabric and the material of the cover, but at the same time I have to find a solution to avoid that the holes get bigger, because, you know, fabric, it's losing fibers. Yeah, so how to do that? I came to the following idea. In another Happy Mail, I got this little guy here. Really, really, really cool. Because, you know, when you don't have those things at hand, then it's really helpful to have them. I mean, I could use my scissors as well, yeah, but this piece is even invisible later, so I could use my scissors without problems. But this is nice to have, and I'm really happy that I have this here. And I enjoy using this because, you know, it also shows the love in the community, and that makes me really happy. So we need 2 of these. Now I take some glue and I will put some glue in here, like, you know, in the middle where later on my hole approximately will be. I don't need so much in the inside here. You will see in a second why, because my glue will probably soak from the outside to the inside. Anyway, I just want to hold this in place, and I want to have glue there where my hole will be later. And I mean in the fabric and in this piece. And then it should be possible to put this in here, and with this thing, the hole, the fabric is going to be connected to this paper material, and with that the fibers can't get loose and the hole can't get bigger. That is my theory. So then I turn this around and I put the second piece to the outside here, and here I have way more glue like than in the inside, and I'm hoping now that this soaks through the fabric, and then this is connected really well. The fabric is relatively thin, so I think that is okay. So then when we have that, this has to go on here later like this, but now I have to take my journal and see where the exact position for this thing is going to be, because I have some space problems on my spine with 2 of these things. Here you can see the thing I made in the German video. It's already attached. Look how cool this looks. Isn't this just great? And I found out these are not only different sizes, that is good, that makes the journal more interesting, but my spine, wait a second, please. I'm so sorry. I have to open the journal somehow so that I can lay it flat to the table, otherwise it will drive me crazy. Let's do it like this. So when I look at this, then I can see that I have to place this one to the very left. So here where this sewing line is, there the spine ends. The same here, yeah, so this is the width of the spine. I had to put this to the very left, and I have to put this that it still has space, and that I also can poke the hole in here, and that I come out with my awl on the other side where not my sewing from the signatures is. Here is one signature sewn in, and also here, so I have to come somehow in between of those to be able to attach this thing, and I don't want these pieces to touch each other. Of course, and I'm just thinking, of course I could also do it like this, but 2 like so. Oh, Louise, that is not so nice. No, I think it looks better when they are, let me check this, how this looks when this is on here. Yeah, that looks way better when they are on one level. If you would take 3 then we would probably have to make something like a triangle or so. I mean, then it would be harmonious. But 3 is too much. I don't want to hang so extremely much to this thing. So let's do this. Let's see. Of course, I have to open my journal so that I am here where this space between... Ooh, what happened here? Between the signatures is, so that I can poke through here. And then, let's do that. Don't think about it, just do it. In the German video, oh my goodness, I thought so long about these things and I couldn't decide how I want to do this. So even if I can't show you my 100% real process here now, because I have already done this, I'm a little bit happy for you, because I mean, how to stand such a situation? It would be probably really hard for you. So let's see. I look that this is like, you know, not touching the other one, and that it ends here where the spine ends. I don't want to having that peeking out. And this now looks like boobies somehow. But that is great. That is absolutely great. Why can't we have some boobies on our journal? That is, it's good, isn't it? And please, attention, I'm trying to be funny in English. It can happen that that is going to become a fail. If you want to attach boobies to your journal, then of course you have to look to the mirror first and check your own body. And if your boobies are really close to each other, then make them close to each other on the journal as well. And if not, then, you know, leave a little more space in between. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that is important. So I have glue there now. I have placed it approximately there where the hole is. Now I put glue to this rosette here. Like this. How much? I don't know. Yeah, we need so much glue that this can be really well attached, but at the same time not too much, so that it doesn't squish out so much. That happens here already, you can see that, but I think that will be no problem, because in the end my glue will dry clear. This is bookbinders glue, by the way. I glue nearly everything with bookbinders glue. So this is hard because the hole is pretty small, but that is good, because then this whole stuff gets sturdier. But at the same time I have problems to get these legs through the hole. Okay, now I have it. Had the same problem already in the German video, but that shall not be your problem. It's just my problem. But as you can see, it works. So let's then take this and put the legs through this hole. That is also really hard, but I think it is good that it is hard. Then it holds well. Okay, so now let's turn the journal like this. Now you can't see anything anymore, I'm sorry, but I want to pull with my fingers here on the legs of this thing, so that I can be really sure that this is in the right position and that here's no space in between of the single pieces. And I can also make sure that this ring, I'm so sorry, that this ring hangs in the right position, because if the legs would be in a different direction, then this would not hang to the bottom. Yeah, so I want to make sure that that looks nice and that it is exactly in the right angle. So I'm pressing here a little bit to give the glue a little bit of time to grab, and while pressing this I spread the legs in the inside here. I think that I later on will probably cover this up with a piece of fabric or something decorative. Hopefully I will not forget that. I find that always a little bit embarrassing when I say I will probably do this and that, and then I don't do it because I have forgotten it. So I hope you can forgive me in those situations. Yeah, but I mean, it wouldn't bother me if this would be here, since these are really, really sturdy and they are really massive. Yeah, I mean, that was hard to, oh, not that hard that you can't handle it, yeah, but it was a little hard to spread these legs, and because of that I know this is sturdy, so this wouldn't bother me if this would be shown in the end or visible in the end, but perhaps we can just, you know, just for decoration put something on there to cover that up. Okay, so now I want to make sure, oh no, 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 help, oh shit, oh I'm so sorry for that word. Oh no, the rosette is not under this piece. Oh my goodness. Ah, but I can solve this problem. Okay, I have to let that dry really, really carefully and long enough. This one is a little smaller, and with that, this hole in this rosette is also smaller than it was here. So this metal piece is bigger than the hole in here. This, you know, not the hole I made, but the hole which was there. So I'm talking about this hole here, and here it's way bigger, and that makes that this metal piece doesn't cover up the whole thing. Oh my goodness. Be careful, Louise, don't ruin this. This is so special. Okay, I need a clamp. I had one here a second ago, and I will clamp this down. The clamp is not long enough. I could have known that because I've already experienced that in the German video. Why am I doing this here again? Okay, I can see I have not enough glue here. I made a little mistake. I'm a little stupid. Why have I done it? Like so. Oh my goodness. Okay, I will let this. I'm so sorry. Here I have put glue under the whole fabric, and as you could see, on this one, I've put the glue just to the piece of sturdy paper, and that is not enough because this is, you know, it's coming up. I mean, when I see this now, I even like that it is coming up, and I'm asking myself why I have glued this here so extremely. Probably because I thought I want to have that really sturdy. Can I lift it up so that it is fluffy and puffy again? Not fluffy, but puffy, I think is the word, isn't it? Perhaps a little bit. Let's decide that later. Let's let this dry really, really well so that this also can't get wonky anymore. And let's then talk about the things that we want to hang on here later. That can become an adventure now as well, I think. Would you say this is bad karma? I just had a little break. Oh my goodness, I need more of this. I had a little break because I thought, okay, concentration, Louise. You don't want things to go like, you know, really, really crazy and wrong. I thought, let's make a coffee. I took my coffee cup, empty obviously, and put it to the coffee machine, and while I pressed start and the coffee started to come out of the machine, there was a tiny little fly, you know, one of these tiny flies which like fruit and land on fruit. My goodness. And I tried to make this, you know, that she can go away. She was first here, and with doing this, she fall into my cup. And to be honest, she is still there. I have killed her. Oh my goodness, I feel so bad. I just feel so bad. Normally, I mean, you know, there are flies. Perhaps you live in an area where flies are, you know, or other creatures that you have to kill because there are just too much of them, or it's like, you know, dangerous or whatever. But normally I try to get these things, these little animals out of my apartment, and then everything is okay and they can be alive. and fly outside. So I hope that I can find her or him in here before I would, that if I will drink this now, I will probably eat her, but you know, I think I can see when she will appear here. I'm a little bit scared. Okay, so what do we have here, which we could use to make little things to put to our Dingldangl? Obviously, coins or tiny round things would be really nice. In the German video, I already made these, and I called my German video the Dingldangl that didn't want to be a Dingldangl, because I have these and my German viewers haven't even seen these in the finished stage, because this is glossy accents on here, and when I recorded the German video this was still wet. But why am I showing you this? This is something you can see how it is made in the German video, and on the other hand it shall be of course an inspiration what you could add to your own Dingldangls. You can see they are still loose and not attached to the Dingldangl because, you know, of the title of the other video. It happened somehow. Oh, now I can see the fly. Okay, let me just take my finger and take her out. Okay. That is wonderful. Now I can enjoy my coffee. And why am I telling you that? I think that these things are really hard to attach. On the one hand, I already have an idea for this nail, how to attach that. Just have to find the right material. This is also from this cute happy mail. And on the other hand, I'm telling you that because, well, in my German video, I started like, you know, here, we are going to make a Dingldangl today. Let's do that. I explained everything, and also this thing with these frames. Oh, by the way, originally I thought that I could use these with the bottle caps inside also for hanging it to my journal, but then I decided that this is too big. I came to the idea to attach these to the cover and so on. So my thoughts went, yeah, with the process, or how can I say that? And in the end, I ended up with having a tiny little quote. Let me show that quote to you in this minute, because it can happen that I otherwise will forget that in the end. And I had made that with the intention, look, this is one of these fortune cookie quotes, which you can get with a fortune cookie. You know what this is. Oh my goodness. I have backed that with some paper, and then I have put some clear tape over this and tried to attach this little thing, which also was in the Happy Mail, and this paper clip, which also was in the Happy Mail. And I originally wanted to use this as a part of my Dingldangl and hang that to this ring we've just attached to the spine. But when I made this and I had it in my hands, I felt that this is not, it's not like a charm or something. It was too flimsy somehow, especially because I already had in mind that I want to add some metal pieces to my Dingldangl, because, you know, most of these more bulky things are made from metal, and then I thought this could be destroyed when it hangs on the outside of the journal. And then I came to the idea to attach it here. You can still see how it originally looked. I've just taken this little piece of paper and put the paper clip in here, and then I glued everything down so that it's not movable anymore. Yeah, it's on the page and it's part of the page now. And I was so happy with how this came out, and this page, I so like this page. And then I came to the conclusion that sometimes it is good when things go like that. Normally, you know, I want to have in my videos what I intentionally said that I will do in that video. I don't want to, how is the word, fool you or confuse you. I don't want you to spend time watching a video where you don't get what is written in the caption. So I always try to get that, you know, that you can read the caption and you can see what you can expect with that video. I mean, I'm only a human being, I'm not a computer, but I'm trying my best that is like on one level, the caption and the content of the video. But sometimes I think it's good when you also see that things don't go like they originally have been planned. Because then you can also see that is normal somehow. On the one hand, I have wrapped this around here a few times after making a few knots. Now I'm trying to get a loop here. Like this, but probably a little shorter. Is that possible? Or can I? Oh, I want to have this loop like so that it is over the head of the screw. And then I'm planning to, oh, let's attach that now. Where are these little paper clips? Here. I thought it's good. Sometimes it's, I mean, if every video would be like that, then it would probably be annoying for you. But I think that it can be good when, where are my scissors? Oh my goodness, I have wrapped a package and now my scissors are on the other table there where the couch is. Oh. Because sometimes, and that sounds perhaps a little bit selfish as well, but it is a fact that I get messages that you think, or sometimes think, some of you think, that everything that I am doing looks easy and perfect. And I also want to show on my channel here that that is not the case. And that is in 99% of the cases not true. And that I also struggle with the things I'm doing. And this is my reality. The paperclip is now here. This thread is fitted through the paperclip so that I can use the paperclip instead of a jump ring or something. Now I hold this here so that the thread is on the left and the right approximately of this screw head. Hopefully that will work. And now I want to wrap this around here. I'm sure there are more professional techniques of doing something like this, but oh no, that doesn't work. Okay, it works on the one side. I mean there, oh no. Okay. How do I have to do this? If I hold this here, of course I could have tried this out with the thread before starting recording, but then you would not see my struggling here, and I want you to see that too, so that you can also get, yeah, some kind of somehow strength with your own process. Because this is, I mean, this is normal, yeah, that you sometimes struggle with these things. And always, please always keep in mind that videos on YouTube are edited, and when you see a tutorial, then someone has practiced, probably, I'm sure, and you know, the video is edited and so on. Why can't I get this through here? I need to make a little, hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I need to make a little knot here. This has to go through here, otherwise this can't hold in the right place. Oh no. I think if I have this, and I can somehow, yeah, pull here. Don't make that too tight, Louise, so that I want to have this here a little flexible so that it can have space to move around later. I mean, it shall hang there forever, but I want this to be a little flexible. But how to manage that this stays in this position? I mean, we would probably need some kind of glue here. But this seems to work. If I have it like that and then go around here, just so that this looks a little nice somehow. Is that nice? I don't know. A wire would probably be the better solution for this. This bothers me a little bit, because if I would now put glossy accents on here, I mean, that would work. I could cover this whole thing in glossy accents. That would look probably really nice and would hold this whole stuff in place. But then I have a second video which is called a Dingldangl that didn't want to be a Dingldangl, because this would have to dry then. Is that a problem for you? Because I would really like to try that out, how that looks. And that might seem a little bit weird as well. I mean, I could let it dry and then record a second part of this video and then just show the finished dried result with the glossy accents to you. But to be honest, I don't have time. I'm at this moment, I'm approximately 2 days before I have to publish this video to have content for you and go on with this series on my channel. And I don't have time to let this dry overnight and then show it to you. I have to show it to you in the next video, because yeah, I have just no chance to do that. Otherwise you won't see videos on my channel, and I could not live with that. So let's try this. And I also am in front of the situation that my furniture is going to be brought from Austria to Germany in a few days, and I have to finish several different things before that happens, and that is really hard for me at the moment. But at the same time, I'm really enjoying doing this. So this is good, but it's not sturdy there. I mean, I just thought if I had a really thin wire and would wrap that around here additionally, but I think that will not work. Let's do it in another way so that we can be safe that it works. I hate things which are not safe. Let's take a little piece of paper so that we then in a second can take this and put it to the side. But that is not possible because I want to have the glossy accents all around there. Oh no. I would probably need something where I could poke the nail in so that it can stand like this, or where I could hang this so that it then can dry. Holy crap, how can I do that? Yeah, so I will put it on here and then take the paintbrush and I will take a glass or a cup or so and hang that then on there, you know, just I will not do it. Oh, I would touch my coffee, but you can imagine I will hang it like so to a cup, and then that can dry, and I can even, and that's perhaps a trick for you as well, I can even put a paper towel or something to the inside of the cup if it happens that the glossy accents drips or so. Ooh, holy moly, that is much. So I am trying to cover this top part here. I will add not too much to avoid that it comes down here. I mean, I think it's not possible to avoid that completely because this stuff is really liquid. In the beginning, when this is dry, it's really hard and it dries really clear, so completely transparent like on here. Then you have this wonderful glossy finish, and this is then like glass somehow. And I really like this medium. I left this a little longer so that I now can cover this and also the knot here on the bottom. And later on, when this stuff is dry, I will just cut this off, or I could even split the thread to make it a little fluffy there. That could also look nice. So let's let this dry completely. This little thing is from a really vintage heater which was removed from my bathroom, and it had this little guy here where you could pull, and then in the machine there was this which showed through a little window on which level this heater was set. I removed this because I thought this is somehow nice, but this could be a good thing for our Dingldangl as well. I just thought it already has this, and here's obviously a knot in this string so that it can't come out here. I'm wondering if I would attach a thread from my sewing machine here, if I can fiddle that through this hole a second time, but so that I can then have a loop here on the top to hang it to my thing, but I think that will not work on this side. I mean, I like that there's, oh, I know what to do. Ha, yeah, that is easy. This is way easier than I thought. Look, we make the knot here, where the knot, I mean, the knot is only here in this string, but we make a second one here. Ha, it's genius. Sometimes I really feel genius. Okay, so let's do this. So we have a knot here so that this can't get further. And then here you can see this hole is way bigger than on this side. So here we have the advantage that the knot covers this small hole really easily. And on the other side, we can just cut this off, this knot, because that is, you know, easier then. And now I can put this in here. And if this was shorter and I would glue it in there, then it's there, you know. And we have the loop. Huh. Is this too big? It's probably, but yeah, probably a little bit too big. The loop, I mean. I want the loop to be proportional to the bead. Like this. Oh, I like this. And we could even, let's be clever. Let's be clever. I mean, we have enough left here. Let's try this again. Let's make do you know what? Oh my goodness, my brain. How is this done? Do you know these? You can make a loop with a knot here. How the heck is that done? Like this. I think it's like this. You hold it like so. I think there are way easier ways to do that. But this is probably working like so. Please don't laugh at me. Oh well, please laugh, because then you have fun. If we do it like this, we have the first loop here. Let's make that a little smaller. Pull this, that is really tight. And now let's, if I make a knot into both of these now, this should be sturdy for forever, I think. And this should stay in this shape and in this size. Like this. We can then later here add a tiny bit of glue and then cut that shorter, or cut it shorter and then make these, you know, fluffy stuff with splitting the thread. And when I have this now, I should be able to fiddle. Oh no. this through here. Oh no. Thank you. This through here. But now I did it the wrong way. Okay. It needs to be the other way around. I need to start. Oh my goodness. This has to be there where the small hole is. Otherwise it can't work. Okay, so let's fill it through here. So that we have one loop on the bottom here. And now we can do the trick we wanted to do before to get a second loop. So that means I'm going to cut this here while paying attention that this stays where it is. Perhaps we could even let some glossy accents already go into this hole. Wait a little bit until we can see that it goes down. Perhaps we can even, let's add a little more and then move the thread a little bit. Perhaps we can also put a little bit here. Like this. And then I'm pulling this short end here. Oh my goodness, I have to put that here to my table, my hand to my table, otherwise I have problems. So hold this, fill this up with glossy accents, take this and put this in there. And now wait. Does this move if I put it to my table? Or will it come out? Oh no, I'm a lucky girl. Okay. Let's put a little bit here. When glossy accents dries, it shrinks a little bit. Perhaps you know that. So I want to make sure that especially there is enough so that the hole is also a little nicer when it's filled with this medium. And now we can use this to attach, for example, a paper clip, or if you have a jump ring, and we can make this little piece longer by adding something here as well, so we can hang another thing here. I'm just thinking about taking one of these, which I got in the Happy Mail. That could look really nice here. These fluffy things are pretty delicate, I would say. I would prefer to put these somewhere to a page or so. But this reminds me of a kitchen towel. I guess it is a piece of kitchen towel. Looks really like that. Oh yes, look. But do you know what? That sounds really weird. I totally love these pieces, and I love that they came in that they came in the right second to me. But the goal for this journal is also, and that is a challenge for myself as well, to use things I have found on the construction site. And I'm just thinking, rather than taking something that I really found on the construction site / during my move and imitating something like this, because these little guys here where this fabric is attached, I have those from the Happy Mail as well, separately. So why don't we take this as an inspiration and make our own version, but from what? We would need something fluffy somehow to, you know, that it reminds of this. And of course we need these tiny things. Where are they? Where is this little package with these little things? Here we go. I think I want to take a golden one because I have a lot of gold splatters in the journal. And since here are different sizes, I want to take one of the bigger ones because can you see how tiny they are? I don't have pliers here at hand, so I need to use my fingernails. And I think it's easier to attach something when this is a little bigger. But do I have fabric material somehow? I don't think so. This is plastic. We could somehow split that. Could be an option. And I have these. They are handles from a gift bag. This is really sturdy. I don't like to, I mean, I could split the fibers here as well and try to make something like a tassel. What if I put this on here? I mean, this is a little weird. Where is this attached? I mean, I have 2 of these, so we have 4 tries because each of this has 2 ends. I don't like this. Ooh, why isn't this? Oh, now it's focused. I don't like this because it makes that this thing is not going in the right direction. So let's try to bend this, cut this off, and see if it's still sturdy. And it is. Oh yes. And with that, I think, yeah, now it goes down and not to the other direction anymore. It's a little sharp here now. I will try to carefully cut this off. Perhaps we could even wrap something around there, but now this is also shorter, this black thing. And when I now take this, yeah, the proportion of the gold and the black is pretty good. Okay. Can I? How does this work? Let's take, where's my glossy accents? A tiny little bit of glossy accents to be able to glue this in here. Because I think with only pressing this piece together, that is not so, seems a little bit not so sturdy. How to press this together without pliers? Use your fingernail tool. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it has little teeth here. Oh my goodness, which should obviously go into a fabric material. Okay, I can't do it like this. I can't get it flat onto this black stuff. I will try to, let's try to push it down to here, there where this fluffy, I mean, here there's obviously only the fluffy material in this clamp. If that was possible, and it's obviously sturdy on here, if it was possible to do it like this, why am I struggling here so much? Why don't I just take this and perhaps use it how it is meant to use? Let's see. I use the advantage that this black thing is pressing this stuff together. It's like squishy somehow, and here it is way thinner because of this black plastic. But I will remove the plastic later. So I take this, try to get that in here with a little bit of glossy accents. And now these little teeth can, I mean, they are under the thread now. They can now grab into that material. Oh my goodness, with pliers this would be way easier. Just like this. If you don't have pliers, use a hammer. Wonderful. Okay, so now it should be possible to cut this off. Go away. Then we have this cool thing. I will take, if I can find it, one of the paper clips I got in the Happy Mail to be able to hold this a little better. So if I put this here, then it's way easier to hold, obviously. Like this. And then we can decide how long we want this to be. If this was on here, will we attach that with the paper clip? Then it would be really far away from each other. Yeah, but why not? I mean, we could even do it like this. And I could try to take this out again and fiddle the thread through. Yeah, I want to do that. Look, this hole should be big enough. And this is not dry. And that is really good. But let's first determine the length of this, because when I attach it there, then I have to leave it alone to be able to let it dry. So if this was on here, approximately like this, because then, you know, this will be not so long because there's the loop, then I think let's leave it a little longer. We can cut it shorter later. Let's first try to separate this. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for those noises. I think today you have a really realistic construction site video, because I have some helping hands in my apartment, which is directly over this apartment where I am now, temporarily for recording my videos. I'm a little bit happy that I found the word temporarily. I think that is a good word, isn't it? For this, in this context, I mean. That is cool. And this material is really sturdy. I mean, it was on a gift bag. It has to be sturdy. Look, oh my goodness. Okay. This will go on here. And I really like the length. And even if I don't like it and I want it shorter, then I can still later on cut it off. But now the challenge is to fill the thread, oh my goodness, through this hole. That seems to be impossible. That is not true now. No. The struggle is real. Oh, shit. there was this trick with the thread of the sewing machine. How you take this and put that around here really tight. Before I try that, I try to take a lighter and burn this. Let me quickly, do I have one in my pocket? No. Okay. Okay, I'll try to press this and make it into a little tip somehow. Please. Ah, this would be so great if it could work. I mean, it looks like it must go through there, but this is somehow too flexible. If this was more stiff on this tip, it would be way easier. And there's also a little bit of this material in front of this hole. Okay, can't even get it through there like before. As far as before, it doesn't work. So let's try this trick to wrap this around here and press this material also together a little bit. So then you take, with this trick, normally it works, you know, that you take this and fiddle that fiddle that through here. Come on, go in there. What is this now? Oh, this green stuff is in the way. Now I have it. This is a wire, also from the Happy Mail. I'm just trying to not freak out. A wire would probably be even better than this. I have taken this original thread because I thought it would be nice to use that, but to be honest, I want to finish this video and still have my nerves. This goes through here without any problems. We could now either, yeah, we could either fiddle the wire through this and make a similar construction like here. Then we would not have this piece in here. We could use this for something else, and I think I will do that because this wrecks my nerves completely. I'm really close to freaking out. Coffee, please. But I've also learned that you have to live with those situations, that things are sometimes going wrong. That is normal. I have talked about that before. Sometimes you are at the end of the day and you have nothing finished. That is also perhaps somehow normal. But at the same time, I don't want to lose my nerves, and I want to go on here and don't lose the fun that I have here. I have just done it like this, and now I'm hoping that, yeah, it fits through here. Okay, it's going to lose this brown coating somehow, because perhaps we can just, but when it's brown, it's nice, isn't it? There's something like a paper wrapped around this wire. It would fit, but I have to make sure that this paper material stays in place. Perhaps if I twist this a little bit. Okay. Why not like this from the beginning? I mean, I could have come to this idea earlier. Now we can do we could either also put this in there and just glue it, or what we also could do is take this, determine the size of this loop, and then just wrap this a few times around here. I also have still a little bit of glossy accents here. I mean, it's on my fingers as well, but that makes that this is a little bit covered with glossy accents, which avoids that this brown paper material, which is around the wire, can fall off later. And I also have the feeling that this looks nicer. Yeah, and that is again, oh my goodness, this is so cool. This is again a proof that you have to sometimes overthink the things. And that you should try to stay motivated somehow. Don't give up. And then you have something where you are really satisfied with in the end. Look, I mean, how cool. This is so cool. And I think it's okay that we have used this golden clamp and this wire, which I haven't found on the construction site, because this makes me happy now. And the other thing was just, you know, like crazy. I want to see, this should be dry enough so that we can test this. So let's take the paper clip, because we have no other rings or so. I mean, we could make rings from this wire as well, but I think this is pretty easy. I mean, look. With this paper clip, it's even more wonderful. And do you know what? Let me see. Let me fiddle the paper clip through this ring of this thing here. Yeah. I think, oh my goodness. This is so cool. I think I want this heart on the paper clip. I will show you that from the other angle in a second. I want to have that upside down, because somehow, sometimes it felt like that, like my heart was upside down. I could use more paper clips on the other one here and put the hearts of those in the right direction, yeah, so that it is like, you know, really lovely and like it is meant to be and positive. But here I think I also want to have one which is upside down to show my emotions a bit better, because you can imagine that not everything was like sunshine and nice when this yeah, move and the construction site happened. But this, I'm so surprised. That looks so cool. That is just wonderful. And now the challenge is, but not in this video, to get more things attached here. I mean, if I would take more paper clips, then everything would be here like attached in the same way. I have to think about that. And I also want to attach these little things somehow. And I want to do the thing with the frames and these bottle caps, but I have to think about that for a while so that I can decide how I want to do that. But you will see that in one of the next videos. And there you will also see either the finished tassel, Dingledangle, now I say it like he would say it in English, Dingledangle, or how I attach these pieces. I'm not so sure if I have the time to make an extra video to how I attached these. Can be, it can happen that I will show you the finished result, yeah, but I don't know yet. But this makes me so happy. So if you want to see how this adventure is going on, then please stay tuned and yeah, follow for more and watch the next videos. I would be really happy to meet you here again and do this thing together with you. See you the next time. Bye bye.